Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. If you're my previous subscribers, welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, we're just going to take a quick brief talk about the very important day, Inauguration Day. Many times consistently I have seen something major happening within the month, well within the days really retrospect. The 18th, the 19th, and the 20th of January. And then as we start to head closer into the lunar year for the Chinese New Year, which is the snake, we start to see major changes start to really take place and major hold. If you have not watched my two most recent videos, I highly recommend you go and do so. A lot of them have a lot of really great intel and information that even I didn't even know I even said. Because half the time when I do my readings, I channel, I remember nothing afterwards. So, with that being said, I think there's something major that's happening on January 20th. And that is going to really indicate the rest of Donald Trump's term. And the reason why I say that is very significant because I talked about in my most recent video when it comes to Donald Trump's first 7 months as president. I talked about how on January 20th wasn't even on the cards. In that video, it just came up and it said that there might be a possible of an attack or something like that. I definitely would, if I were you, I would definitely keep an eye out on January 20th. Even though I said that the weather, or the reason why they moved indoor was because of the weather, which inherently is 100% accurate based on what I get in the cards. But what I have seen is that even though they moved indoor, because the way I worded the question gives you a certain answer. So I asked, like, okay, is it 100% about the weather? They said yes. But there's a high probability, because if it keeps showing up in the card that there's something happening on January 20th, the card is not going to tell you, oh, you know, when you ask, oh, is it because of the weather? And the card says, yeah, it's because of the weather that they moved inside. But if that's the case, and something is happening on January 20th, they might not even be aware of it happening on January 20th. And that could be why it didn't show up in the cards when I asked, well, is there any major happening? Is there a reason why they moved it? And the card said, well, no, because they just thought that it was because of the weather. I said there was a storm coming. And consistently, what I thought was more strange than not was that every time you guys were with me, and you watched me, like, you've seen all these videos that I do January 18th, the 19th, the 20th, consistently, and almost every time, in almost every video, there is a continuation of something happening on those key days, but also I keep talking about J.D. Vance not being there, Trump not being there, then Trump is there, J.D. Vance is there. It keeps changing. Same thing with Harris and Biden. Things just keep changing and changing. So what I think is going on here, it's not that there's going to be some sort of switcheroo, but there could be a major issue at play, and that somebody who's doing this, if they were to do it, they are considering and weighing options, which is why you kept seeing the dynamic and the energy change. What I thought, and the reason why I'm making this video in particular, because the keynote and the highlight that the last time we saw this type of major changes in a question, every time you cover it, there's something different that comes up and about, which is why I keep talking about it, because they keep changing every time I read on it. This is significant because the last time it happened was when I kept reading on the election, and it kept changing the dynamic and everything kept switching, which means that this is very much in play, very much in flux, and you won't really know what the final decision is going to take place until the day happens. We don't really know exactly what's going to take place, what's going to happen. We don't know the energy, the frequency, or what's really going to really become of our world. So in essence, we don't really know exactly what is going to be taking place on those days. And that's going to be very key and very important going forward, because if we don't really know what is happening in our own country, and the national security and the Secret Service don't even know, and they're not even aware of what's taking place, that's a major issue. I did take a challenge in one of my videos. I'll put a link in the description below. But this second channel, I kept seeing something get fired, but it wasn't fired. It was because it was from Secret Service. Secret Service is on top of the building. And a lot of you guys have been saying some of the things that I have foresaw actually happened during Jimmy Carter's funeral, during the wake and the movement of the casket. Well, that is possibly further confirmation to what we already know. Not saying anything's gonna happen that's gonna be like dangerous. We would hope not, because you know he is the president. We want to make sure that he's safe and protected, because first and most he is human, and we have to be respectful to that. But key note here though, something major is definitely happening, and even if nothing happens on that day, it could be something else that's major. But definitely expect big things on those 3 days, the 18th, the 19th, the 20th. And then, you know, the next couple of days after that, going into the 25th, the 26th, the 27th, the 28th, and the 29th of this month of January in 2025, those are also going to be very key dates, very important ones in retrospect. So definitely expect a lot of information, especially expect a lot of things to come out. Not in regards to the election. I don't think that is what we're seeing. I think we're going to be something a little bit bigger, something that we don't really know right now, because when I was reading on it, it showed up in the cards, and it said that the motive and everything and what they're doing is hidden. So we won't really know until what happens, or whether or not they're going to pursue it, because like I said, a decision has not been final and is still being in flux, which means that there's a human error and human make decision, and it can be within a snap of a finger. So big thing coming. I will be doing a video on California, Oregon, Washington, and Canada, and that whole area over there. Something big definitely coming. So I'll keep you updated. Until then, guys, love you.